welcome, parents. This is Mrs. Carr and Mrs. Gervais' first grade classroom. We are going to go over, instead of a back to school night, instead of having you come in, we're going to do it, create a video for you to watch, and it'll be a video you'll always have to refer back to with all of our classroom policies and curriculum. So, first grade rocks. Every year, our first grade does a new rock. Last year, I forget what we did. Mrs. Gervais is recording this, so I may refer to her.
Snoopy.
Was Snoopy. So this year, we are on a frog theme, and we made a frog. The students will be making a frog. Like I mentioned, Mrs. Gervais, she is my classroom assistant. Many times you will be hearing from her and getting emails from her and myself, both her and myself. And you will get to meet her when we do a classroom video tour of the school. You'll get to meet her then, okay? This is my mask, one of my masks of many. I also, you may see, the kids may see me wearing the shield, which actually the shield is not that bad, and it's actually more comfortable than wearing the mask. So a lot of times, especially during reading purposes, so the kids could see my mouth as I read and pronounce things and sound out words, I will rely more on the shield during those lessons than with the mask. For now, I am going to take it off and complete the rest of this presentation. And let's go on to welcome. Here's some pictures of our classroom. The desks are spread out. Here is our welcome to our pad board and another picture of our classroom. Okay, and when we do the video tour again, we will highlight that as well. Okay. All right, boys and parents, the big bulk of our curriculum is the bookworms. This is our bookworms. This is our reading and language arts program. For the in the morning, first thing, we will have shared reading. Shared reading consists of each week we will be reading a different story. The office is ordering extra books, so we students will not be sharing a book. They will each have their own book, and it will be kept in the reading folder all week long. So that way there is no sharing. Our first book is Hooray for Snail, and we will probably begin that the week after. We could probably in 2 weeks. Once we have our second full week here, we will begin reading the stories because these books are en route right now. Within the shared reading, we also have weekly spelling. Weekly spelling will consist of 15 words. Students will get spelling homework throughout the week, maybe 1 or 2 times a week, and spelling tests are all given on Friday. Formal spelling tests do not begin until week 4, week 5. Then there's their differentiated instruction, which is our phonics groupings. During next week, we will be doing a series of mini checks to see where all of your students fall from last year. And they will be reading some kindergarten sight words to us, and they will be reading, looking at letters, telling us what sound each letter makes, and looking at short vowel words and seeing how many they can read. Once they are placed in a group, we do have phonics instruction where we may end up with 3 or 4 groups, and Mrs. I also works with a group as well. And they will have a copy of these cards depending on what group they start at, and I meet with them. Sometimes Mrs. Gervais will meet with them, and maybe for 10 or 15 minutes to read each day for phonics. Okay? Also, So during the DI, part of the shared reading is students have a workbook, and inside that workbook there is a daily written response that they have to, it's all based on the story for that week, where they have to write their own answer to. Mrs. Gervais is very helpful in asking them and helping them with some words, but we do encourage them to really sound out the words. And we check their work every day on their written responses. Those students who are working strictly remote, they will be asked to take a picture of their written response and email it back to us daily. There are 3 workbooks under the shared reading program. So this is book 1. Last is your English language arts. That is a whole combination of writing. There are many stories that the students I will read to them, and we will cover some grammar during that time, and they will have to write opinion sentences based on the story they heard. It's a whole culmination of different activities, and they will have a block 5 days a week for that as well. Okay. Next is creative writing. They will be writing what they like best about fall, what they did over Thanksgiving. We do holiday writing, my gift to Jesus, different things throughout the year. We do start our writing with a simple outline, and we progress, and we always brainstorm a list of things of what we like best about fall for the kids to really go back and choose 3 things, 2 or 3 things for them to write about. And they also, in your supplies, thank you, they will all receive a dictionary to use, and Mrs. Gervais and I help them with finding words. We add words, and this dictionary also follows them to 2nd grade. So they will get that probably by the 2nd week of school. We don't want to overwhelm them. Next, math. The math books have not yet come in, but this is the cover of the book. It is the My Math program. Here's a picture of a student from last year. We do project the lesson on the smartboard, and so the kids could see it in full, and we work together. It's all basic addition, subtraction, and the bulk of our math program is the fact cards, addition and subtraction. I found some subtraction, but where they will get their own set at home to review and practice at home. They will be given fact tests, and there are assessments for each chapter in math as well. Religion, as I'm pulling, it's the Blessed Are We. This is a fairly new book, and we have religion like 4 times a week. During the morning, we will also have our daily weekly devotion that we do once a week during morning meeting. Somehow I passed that. During morning meeting, we're not sure about school masses because of the COVID restrictions. We have not. I believe they're still going to have masses, but we all can't come. So maybe it's only certain masses that we will be able to participate in, or they will be streamed live that we can watch them from our classroom as well. 8th grade prayer partners, we are going to meet with the 8th grade, and we're going to come up with some clever ways to continue that program. Maybe they will be Skyping using our iPads in the classroom to talk with their prayer partner. So we will kind of meet with the 8th grade, and we'll figure that out, and we will let you know. This year our theme is We Are Called to Serve, And September, I don't know, Mrs. Gervais, if you want to show them that bulletin board. September's theme is Feeding the Hungry. So we will cover some stories during the month of September for that as well. Handwriting is the Zaner Bloser book, and we try to do handwriting 4 times a week for practice. We do have extra practice books that come with our reading program that we may just send home with the kids, and they can keep at home to practice their handwriting at home. Science, we don't use the formal program. We use Lab Learner, and we only use it for weather and solids, liquids, and gases. We also do habitats, and in the spring we do cover life cycles. Social studies, we use the Scott Forsman All Together. That is an older series. We do have, we did receive materials that we might make packets for the kids from a newer book that just came out in the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm checking with Mrs. Maroney to see if we can do that. But it's just a more updated. Science and social studies, we usually have maybe 3 times a week. It's just the last thing as we go through this new COVID schedule. We have bathroom schedules, we have recess schedules. We can only pack up the kids 1 at a time, so it is going to cramp some of our periods. Will be far less than what they normally are because of that. Field trips, unfortunately, we're not planning any, but last year we went to the fire school over in Newcastle County, and I did hear a word that they are going to either go virtual and where we can go online and take a field trip with them, or they are going to make a series of videos of all the 3 or 4 stations that they offer. So I was really pleased to hear that people and places that we normally go to are being creative as well, with hopefully doing visual tours, a video tour that we can do. We have a phone, so don't worry. We didn't factor that in. Okay, this is the miscellaneous part. These are all the things you question. First of all, you were asked to do 4 folders. You were asked to bring in a red folder, which will be used for classwork. That red folder will stay here all the time. The green folder is your going home folder. That will go back and forth to school with your child's homework, notes from home, and please get your kids in a habit of making sure they are packing it up themselves, because trust me, they will blame you. If the folder's not in the book bag, it's your fault. It's never their fault. So remember that. So that green folder has to come back and forth every day, and get them in the habit of checking for it. The blue and the yellow, one is used for creative writing, where we keep our dictionaries in. The yellow is for science and social studies packets, because we don't use books. And I did ask for you to get a 5th folder, could be any design, any color you want, for reading, because the kids will not be sharing their books, and they will not be sharing the phonics cards. So they do need a folder to keep all their reading in for the week, and that will always stay here as well, okay? So that's why we need that 5th folder. You can get stripes, flowers, whatever you want. And absences, you'll be surprised how much work they do miss, and please have somebody email us, let us know. And please try to arrange for someone to pick up their work daily. We leave it by the office, and we could make arrangements for that to be picked up, or another child, a neighbor, that we can send it home to. Academic concerns, both ways. If I see something the whole month of September, we're going to let the kids get acclimated, adjusted. If there's anything that we see, we will hold we'll have a video conference, a Zoom conference, or a Google Meet to discuss and your child's progress and any areas of concern. The classroom management system is over there. I'm going to let Mrs. Gervais show you that. We all start on the green. If we make a mistake, they have to move their card to yellow. They make a mistake again, orange, red. We do send home an email to the parents and let them know what happened. And every child in here will have their own number that they will write on all their assignments, all their homework, and we have their closet will be numbered with their spots, as well as the number will be on the name tag. We just wanted to, numbers have not been attached yet. We'll do that by Friday because there's just changes in enrollment. We just found out we had a new student who's no longer coming, so we just want to make sure once we put those numbers down, they're concrete. Background checks, I mean, right now with parents not able to come in, but if that is hopefully lifted and that we are going back to some classroom parties or field trips maybe later in the school year, all parents who come and chaperone, they need a background check, and you just call the rectory. Classroom supplies, students who are coming in on Friday and even remote are coming in, visiting some of them today. Please don't forget your $15 supply check. Daily snacks, always send in a snack for the morning, even if it's a half day. They're hungry. And we encourage healthy snacks. No donuts, no cookies. Please refrain from the fruit cups with the juice. And I also, Mrs. Gervais and I always encourage them, because believe it or not, a lot of times they don't like what you're packing. Even if it's just a bag of pretzels, bag of, crackers of something. Any suggestions, Mrs. Gervais?
Crackers, fresh fruit in a Tupperware container.
In a Tupperware container. Things that they can do on their own. They can open and close containers, nothing messy, and water only. Lunch. Students will, during this time, be eating their lunch in the classroom. This is totally different. So we do ask that water is the preferred drink because there's many spillages. The floor gets sticky. It will attract ants quickly. And things that keep in mind, bring in a lunch that they can open and close, open the containers. They can do it without minimal help as possible. I mean, Mrs. Gervais will be here, but it is hard. We do that even when we're in the cafeteria. We encourage them to bring things that they can open and close. Anything for lunch?
I would recommend sending in maybe a couple extra napkins so they could open one up to lay out on their desk. To be able to put their lunch things on top of the napkin. That'll help with cleanup at the end.
Good. Those are all good ideas because they will be in here. The lunch, when they do throw it away, it will be thrown and the trash can will be kept outside in the hallway, and it will be taken away and changed after our lunch period. These are our specials. We have them 8th period, which is 110 to 155. Monday we don't have any. Right now we don't have gym because Mrs. Riley is helping out with all of the recesses. We have smaller groups outside, so she is outside. She will be on the soccer field. She is going to help them and teach them games where they can be social distancing while they're playing. So that's where on Monday, since we'll probably have an extra afternoon recess. Tuesday we have computers, Wednesday is music, Thursday we will have weekly guidance. And we have a new guidance counselor, Mrs. Lindsay, I believe. And she looks forward to meeting with the kids. And Friday we have art. All specials will take place in our classroom. We also, if Mrs. Gervais wants to turn, we do have the boxes that we will share with the other first grade class of iPads. We probably have 12, but we're going to work on getting more. We can even borrow as well from the iPad cart because we can clean and sanitize these after use very easily. Okay. Communication, I will always send you the link for my school notes. I post everything on there. I may be switching to Google Classroom because your students in time will all receive their own email, their Google email, where just in case we would have to go down the road, keeping my fingers crossed that we don't, we have to go virtual again and we're all home, everything will be tied into the Google Classroom. So that is something that I have just become familiar with last week. So that is something that we will probably be using more and more if we do go full-time virtual. I am here at 7 o'clock every morning in case you would ever want to meet. We can always set up a phone call or even do a Google Meet very easily. Anytime there's a change to your child's schedule, they're not going to aftercare or they're going home with someone else, please let us know. Please let us know. So that communication is very important. And Star of the Week program will begin later in the month. So we will be able to do Star of the Week. Birthdays, Mrs. Gervais sends out a letter like 2 weeks, a week in advance, a week or two in advance, letting you know the exact day we will be celebrating your child's birthday. I did look on the allergy list. We have no allergies in here. Woohoo! Which is always, that's rare. And so we do celebrate the birthdays. Summer birthdays, we will do we'll celebrate their half birthday. So they have their own special day.
And we will let you know as far as sending food in if we can do that. If it has to be a specific type of food, whether it's prepackaged. We're not clear yet if we can get home baked items coming in.
Yeah.
But we will let you know in time for the first birthday.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Gervais. We did have our ever popular mystery reader program because we can't allow parents. We are just postponing it and hoping that will all change hopefully by mid-year. So we have to postpone our mystery reader. And thank you for sharing your children with us this year. We are looking forward to a fun year. It's going to be a little bit different, but you know what? We will make the best of it and we will rise above it and we will still have an incredible year that we did every single year. So please know that we're here if you ever have any questions. After you view this, next week, Wednesday, I believe it's September 9th at 6:30, I will do a Google Meet for all parents and have a question and answer. So please be sure you view this video. And as we begin this Friday and then the following Tuesday and Wednesday, your kids will have been here 3 days. If you have any questions, we can have a Google Meet. We'll have our Google Meet for you to ask any questions you would like. Okay? Well, take care. All right? We look forward to seeing your kids. Bye.